What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorldPodcast. Today we're going to be talking about the Buccaneers and the Eagles, Thursday Night Football, Week 6, 2021. This game was one that I thought the Bucs would easily walk through. Unfortunately for Tom Brady and the rest of those guys, towards the end, Jalen Hurts made it a little bit more difficult. I will point out, though, Antonio Brown is a monster. Also, with the whole thing that people were talking about after the game as far as like taunting and stuff like that, I do believe that the taunting call that was made was unwarranted, but the NFL and the teams and the coaches and the players, they all understand what the NFL is trying to do. I don't think for the game that it is something that should be in it, but it's just like the way that they've changed everything else. You know, as far as the way that the tackling is and all the other things that they've done for safety. At first, you know, we used to watch games where dudes would get their block knocked off, right? And that's why we watched. Now we still watch it, but it's totally different. And we're going to have to adjust to certain things that go on with it because it's a little bit more, you know, people will say, oh, it's soft, you can't really hit guys, whatever, but dudes still getting knocked out. So we just have to kind of watch what's going on. Also, you're going to notice that they did respect the Eagles somewhat because Leonard Fournette having 22 carries, it kind of showed that, you know, the defensive secondary of the Eagles, they were doing their job a little bit, but AB was just a guy that was always open on those specific downs, and there was nothing they could do about him because he made a lot of key plays. The O.J. Howard pass early in the game when he just went down the field and he threw it over the linebacker's head, that was one of the rare ones in that game. But you're going to notice it's so difficult to beat the Bucs because they have so many weapons. When you look at Tom Brady, 34-42, 297 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, right? Then you jump over to the running game, and you see that Leonard Fournette had 22 carries, 81 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like, they can switch it up on you anytime that they want. That's very difficult to deal with as a defensive coordinator on the other side of the ball, because this is what you know, right? No matter what you may say about Tom Brady, when it comes down to making the right play, he's going to make the right play. So if he could come out there and say, you know what, let me hand this off today. Let me hand this off today. You got to worry about the run game because Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette, they're not too shabby. So you have to watch that. And because of that, the way that it is, you have to make sure as a defensive coordinator that's playing the Buccaneers that you're well-rounded enough to just send pressure every down. Who can do that every down? Very, very hard to do that every down because even if you have a rotation of 7, 8 players on the line, it's very, very difficult to do that consistently. And Tom Brady knows that. So Tom Brady just chills out, bro, and just relax. Like he's just, bro, look, it is what it is. And that's what I'm trying to do. And he played this game very, very well. And he was very, very calm, even when Jalen Hurts started going wild and the comeback came late. Because when they went for 2 late in the game, I was like, yo, they can make this a game. But then what did Tom Brady do? Every third down, Antonio Brown. Every third down, Antonio Brown. So they have the tools. And then what people don't realize, Mike Evans is still a really good receiver. You know, Chris Godwin is still a really good receiver. Cameron Brate is a pretty decent, consistent, and reliable tight end. So even if the other players don't react to what he needs to be done, he has a backup to that backup, which is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Every time I talk about the Eagles, I try to tell you that they don't have enough. They have a rookie wide receiver that's out there making plays. That's it. Other than that, they don't have anything else really going on. So you expect Jalen Hurts to go out there and do what he's doing. And if we're totally honest about it, he's doing like things that Tebow was doing. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bring teams back. He's just not winning at the end. It's a lot of similarities with Tim Tebow's starting year. But he could throw the ball obviously better than Tim Tebow. But everything else that goes, making the runs and stuff like that, taking on a third down and long, he's running for a first down, stuff like that. He's trying to will that team to win. But on the offensive side of the ball, there's not enough talent. And they just traded Zach Ertz, if you guys haven't heard about that. He's been traded. So there's a lot going on here, and people are not really being receptive to that because everyone just expects, these players to come out and just win. It's not what it's about. You know what I'm saying? This is a very, very important stance for the Eagles right now because they're playing a lot of top competition and they're in the games or they're coming back to win the game. So you got to take note of that. Now we jump over to the Eagles side and we look at Jalen Hurts, right? 12 of 26, 115 yards, a TD, interception. When you look at that, it's very pedestrian numbers, right? Now let's go to the run game. Miles Sanders, 9 carries, 56 yards. Okay, 9 carries for the entire game. When you're playing a team, they don't usually give up the run, but I'm just saying you have to take some of the pressure off of the quarterback. Everybody knows the run game opens up the pass game. This man has 9 carries. And then the only other person that rushed, Jalen Hurts, 10 carries, 44 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. So you're looking at a similar situation to where I always say, running quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, these guys that are running around, they need other players to be able to run at their natural position. Now we go over to the receiving side. Devonta Smith, 2 receptions for 31 yards. He's a rookie. What do you want from him? Quez Watkins, he had some key catches in that game on third downs that were very, very clutch. I got to give you credit for that. Zach Ertz, final game before he was traded, 4 receptions, 29 yards, 1 touchdown. Miles Sanders, 2 receptions, 10 yards on 4 targets. What is he working with? Jalen Reagor, 3 targets. The dude sucks. What do you want? You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, what do you want from the guy to do it? Listen, if a dude is garbage and he has talent, I'm going to let you know he's garbage. If a guy is out there and he's playing and he just looks to me like he's a terrible player and he shouldn't be on the field, I'm going to be honest. Jalen Hurts doesn't look like that player. Jalen Hurts looks like a guy that's looking for some help, that once he gets that help, you're going to have hell to pay with him. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know what else you're going to get right now from him because it's so difficult with what's around him to be great on the offensive side of the ball. But the defense did a great job, I believe, against the Bucs, so I want to give them kudos for that. But again, with the way that this organization has been handling everything, you got to give this young man some talent. Because if you want to be fair about it and say, look, you know what, this guy sucks or whatever, you have to be able to give him that opportunity that the players are better so that in that way he's able to do what he needs to do. Because if you don't do that and give him any formidable talent, what are we talking about? Because look at what Tom Brady was in his last couple of years with the Patriots. He wasn't Tom Brady because he didn't have any talent. So he went to Tampa Bay, and now he's having the time of his life because talent is everywhere. And he's so cerebral, and he understands what he needs to do on the field. He's pretty much unstoppable. But you need the talent. You got to have somebody that you can rely on. It was a lot of, it was just a lot of shenanigans going on with the Eagles offense, and it's just really, really terrible what they're doing. But again, against less formidable teams, I do expect the Eagles to win those games. I just don't believe that it's fair when you go up against top competition like a Buccaneers team that you expect the Eagles to win with the talent that they have on the offensive side of the ball. And these dudes are just straight bums running around doing whatever they want. Like, I thought Quez Watkins was a bum too, but he made some key catches and then he dropped 2. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is this. Going forward with the Eagles, I'm pretty sure that the Cowboys are probably going to take that division, but I think the Eagles are going to continue to be tough, and they're going to continue to fight the Giants, also the Washington football team. But I think that the division is the Cowboys, so this year is just going to be a learning experience for the Eagles. That's my gut feeling about it. So we'll see how it continues to go on with the rest of the season. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying your day. Until next time, one love, y'all.